Bibio on BBC Six Music. A tutela preceded by The Undertones, My Perfect Cousin. You're with Lauren Laverne. And I am with Bibio himself, Silver Wilkinson. Welcome to the show. How are you? How's life?
It's fine, yeah.
It's fine, good. Okay, I suppose fine will do.
Yep.
Well, welcome, sounding all the better for you. Was that your phone going off?
That wasn't me.
Was someone's phone going off, probably mine. Listen, welcome. Thank you very much for joining us today. That track, of course, from your new album, Silver Wilkinson, which came out on Monday. How's the response been so far?
It's been good. It's been, yeah.
Do you kind of tune into that type of thing?
I do.
Some people don't. They try and avoid that.
No, I think if you're going to release music, it's good to know how people are reacting to it, I think. So
Okay.
I do read reviews and I read comments and stuff.
Okay, but this is like your sixth, you reckon, but maybe seventh album, depending which way you look at it, because there was one that had a lot of remixes on it.
Yeah.
So have you learned to keep things like that emotionally at arm's length a bit?
I think you sort of thicken your skin a bit to it, really, because, when I first started releasing records, I used to get really angry with bad reviews and stuff. Where now I do get angry, but then I sort of get over it a bit quicker.
Ideally, yeah, you need to move towards not caring. You're obviously going in that direction. So this new record, that hasn't come up a lot for it because it's been getting fantastic reviews. And I read that it was inspired by you spending time outdoors in part, and at least part of that track was recorded in your garden.
Yeah, the intro part in particular, but it sort of runs as a backbone through the track. Yeah, it was a really nice day, and I was in my studio and I was thinking, because during the winter I always regret not spending more time outside in the summer.
Right.
And I always say to myself, when the summer comes, I'm going to get out on my bike, I'm going to do stuff. But then you also get this urge, I want to be making music, so combine the two.
Okay.
I can't ride a bike and make music, but
can you? Maybe one day.
You can sit in the garden at least.
Can you just describe that to me? Because I'm kind of picturing, I think maybe because of the way it sounds, because it has such a gentle sound to it, like it's sort of like a suburban back garden with maybe a neighbour peering over the fence.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, it's I live in like a terraced house, so it's all like, joining gardens and stuff. But I just took a bunch of gear outside and put my headphones on and just and started using things like garden shears and a watering can for percussion.
Wow. Have the people that live next door got used to that kind of thing? Because you do all your recording at home, don't you?
Yeah, I haven't had any complaints yet.
Okay, so they know what you're up to.
I try to keep my volume down. Because my neighbours play their music quite loud sometimes.
Oh, right, okay.
That's a bit frustrating if you're trying to record.
What's their stuff like? What do they play? Is it good?
No. I'm afraid not. No, not to my taste.
Okay. So as you said, some organic samples on that track. What about the rest of the record? I think is the rainfall on that song in particular, or is that?
There's a bit of rain on the track called Raincoat, which obviously makes sense. And on the track Wolf and Mirroring All, there are sea recordings that I made. Some in Devon, some in Portugal.
So was the theme of kind of the outdoors and nature, was that like quite a specific thought about the record before you started making it?
No, not really. I like location recording because it's a good excuse to just go for a walk, and I enjoy collecting sounds, and trying to do a good job of it. And if I go somewhere on holiday or whatever, I always want to, because you hear different sounds and stuff. It's a new location, so it's nice to I like taking photographs and recording, it's my obsession, if you like.
Is it? And film as well, because you did the video for the new single as well, didn't you?
Yeah, well, I directed it, yeah, but it was sort of co-produced with Russell Weeks.
Okay, all right. And where did that come? Did that come after, as you say, starting that kind of magpie collecting sounds, and then it went to visuals, or what happened?
I had the ideas. I had some of the ideas, like I remember back in 2011, I think, to use silhouettes and stuff. And then obviously I was busy with the album, then I did the artwork as well, and then I had like a couple of months to sort out the video. So I had all these ideas. I got in touch with Russell Weeks, who directed the previous video, Case for Gelson, and he was keen to help me with it, but he was sort of it was more down to me to make it happen because I was directing it, so it was quite stressful, but it all came together. But yeah, I'm really glad I chose Russell because he did a really good job. Okay,
listen, we're going to play another track from the album now, if you don't mind, Stephen. Can you tell me anything about Mirroring All that might help us to I don't know, enjoy it all the more when we listen to it?
This is a track I mentioned that's got some location recording in South Portugal in the Algarve. Did some sea recordings there, and there's a little bit of a place in Devon called the Valley of the Rocks, which is a beautiful little secluded beach. I did some recording there years ago on a old cassette recorder, and that's all in there as well. So it's got some nice sort of memories attached to it.
Wonderful. Well, we'll enjoy those textures and the rest of the record now. It's Bibio and Mirroring All on Mirroring All, a gorgeous track from the new album by Bibio. Stephen Wilkinson, aka Bibio, is still with me. What was that sound at the end there, Stephen? What was that? Do you remember?
The rustling sound.
Yeah.
That was because the end section's got quite a lot of wind recordings in there. There's wind going through like the howling through the keyhole of my front door, and there's that sound is like an old abandoned barn that I found, and it's just some like leaves circling around on the floor, on like this concrete floor.
Wow.
It was just really nice, delicate sound. So I was just standing there with a shotgun mic, recording the leaves.
Do you have to have that a mic with you or a recording device like all the time?
No, I mean I've got my phone.
Something?
So if like, I mean, because now it's a bit. You look a bit odd, walking around with a huge fluffy microphone and big headphones on. People you get some funny looks,
Yeah, I can imagine.
But like, I use my phone sometimes.
Why is that man recording leaves? I don't know. Don't approach him.
I just need to get like a high-vis vest or something, because if you wear a high-vis vest, you get away with anything.
Exactly, you can. So no, but I mean, like, do you go on specific sound recording expeditions, or do you have to be ready for something to grab you?
I go out specifically, but usually don't discover things when you do that. It's always when you haven't got a mic with you that you hear the best things, but you have to put yourself out there, which is difficult because I don't drive, so it's like I'm a bit sort of restricted where I can get to.
Okay. Have you ever done trains though? Have you ever sampled the trains as you travel around?
I did some me and Clark off Warp, my label mate Clark. We went to Wales and did some stuff there, did some music together and did some like location recording. There's an old steam train that goes from where we were staying in the middle of nowhere to the nearest town, and that was beautiful because it was like really rickety and old, and
because apparently that was little Richard grew up underneath the train tracks, and that's where he reckoned he got the the beat from. You've also described yourself as a gearhead, Stephen. What kind of stuff do you collect? What sort of musical instruments and accoutrements?
I've got quite a lot of guitars now. I've got about 15 guitars.
Okay.
But I like tape recorders. I've got quite a lot of tape recorders. Most of them are broken. But I use all like analog outboard gear and stuff, in an analog mixer. So I enjoy the workflow more than I hate computers. I use a computer, but I hate it.
All right, I've got quite a few friends who make music, and there's the kind of buying and selling of old analog equipment. It is like a particular sort of substrata of the big auction sites, isn't it? Because like my brother, who's a producer, I think him and Rick Wakeman have kind of sold each other about 4 different keyboards over the years. Yeah. Are you very much into that? Have you got bids going on stuff all the time?
I've got a lot of saved searches on my eBay app.
What's top of the list right now? What are you waiting on? Or do you not want to say in case people might look it up?
That's true, yeah. And then like push the prices up. Yeah.
What's your most recent find that you've been pleased to discover?
My most recent find, what have I bought recently? I can't think because I buy so many things.
Where do you keep them all? Because you do all your recording in your house, in your bedroom, I think.
Well, it's not my bedroom. It is a bedroom.
Okay, so
technically,
you've got
with no bed. Yeah,
a designated room for it all.
Yeah. It's totally. You couldn't swing your cat in there.
Is it spilling out into the rest of the house now, or have you managed to keep it contained?
My girlfriend would definitely say it's spilling out into the rest of the house. Yeah.
So there's a situation there.
Yeah, I tend to because it's so cramped in my room. I think I don't want to be in here. I want to be in the living room, so I'll take a bunch of pedals and amps and stuff, and then there are cables everywhere. So.
Is she quite understanding about that, or is there a
tolerant?
What even is this? Are there those moments?
No, she gets annoyed with it all, but sometimes with a mess, which I'm very messy, so I can understand that. But she's tolerant. She's very tolerant.
All right. What was the way into music for you? Because you grew up in Wolverhampton, as people could probably hear. What was what was your first musical love?
I started pretty early, really. My brother had a Bontempi organ, electronic organ, and we shared a room at the time. And I remember being very little and playing Silent Night on it, just by ear, just learnt it. Obviously with a lot of mistakes, And then my parents thought, oh, he's got a musical ability, so they bought me another keyboard, and then the keyboard was my instrument. But none of my family are musicians, so I just sort of, I don't know where it came from, really. That's
interesting, though, that you actually played music. Like most people say, oh, I heard this record, or I saw this person on Top of the Pops, and that was it for me.
I'd listen to music in like my dad's car. I listened to like stuff like Rod Stewart and Queen and stuff like that in the car in the 80s. And this keyboard I had had numbers above the keys, and sometimes I'd sit in the car and imagining which numbers would be which notes, and then go back and test them out, and I got quite close sometimes.
Wow.
Because I remember it happening once. We'd been shopping and I came back and I was playing a song, and my parents said, "How did you know how to play that?" And I said, because of the numbers or something.
Wow, they must have thought you were like a little genius.
Yes. Apart from there were loads of mistakes.
That's amazing. So listen, what's going to be next for you, Stephen? Because I know you're not touring this record at the moment.
No.
What's the plan over the next few months?
Holiday at some point, hopefully. No, I'd like to work on some more video type things, I think.
Yeah.
And I'm just writing new music as well. I'm feeling inspired to write new music, because this album's new for everybody, but for me it's like I've listened to it millions of times, so I'm itching to write new stuff as well.
You're on to the next thing already. And what can you tell us about that? Where's
the new
headed?
stuff?
Yeah.
It's difficult to say at the moment. Like, it's just I've got lots of sort of demos. I tend to like write tracks now, and I don't expect to finish them straight away. I might sort of come back to something that I did 2 years ago and then recycle it or whatever.
Okay. So
because I've got so much on the go, like so many tracks, that it's difficult to just pick one and finish it.
When you say that, I'm kind of imagining that there's like a big bureau with just loads of C90s, and it's like just says, like on the spines it says things like leaves, gravel.
Yeah. No, it's a bit less romantic than that. It's more like a hard drive full of about 2,000 tracks or something.
Wow. Okay, well listen, good luck picking your way through those. We love the new record. It's lovely to speak to you, Silver Wilkinson, aka Bibio.
I need to say happy birthday to my friend Benjamin.
Happy birthday, Benjamin. Yeah. Is he a big boy today? How old is Benjamin?
He's ripe old 35.
Many happy returns of the day to you, Benjamin.